mistakenly announced that the old Naira notes would cease to be legal tender on December 31, 2024, contradicting the Supreme Court's ruling and the Central Bank of Nigeria's position. Now, the Supreme Court had ruled on November 29, 2023 that both old and new Naira notes would remain legal tender until further notice, after earlier disputes regarding the currency redesign policy. However, Victor Afam-Ogene of the Labour Party, representing Obaru Federal Constituency, inaccurately stated that the old Naira notes would no longer be valid from January 1, 2025. The CBN quickly clarified that the old 200, 500 and 1,000 Naira notes will remain valid indefinitely. In response, Ogene admitted to the factual error but criticized the CBN's handling of the currency policy, raising concerns about the state of the currency notes and ongoing confusion among the public. With this statement that was made, I like the way it was put, that confusion was raised after that statement was made by reps, member of the House of Representatives. But then Nigerians made a statement that was, I don't know whether you think it's funny or not, but they said the National Assembly should focus on important matters and leave the Naira note out of it. Is this not something that concerns Nigerians? Let's get your holistic view of this story.
Nigerians are hungry. Like the public have asserted, our issue now is not with the Naira note. Because what issues are we having with the Naira note? What is money anyway? Looking at the Naira note is just a means of exchange. Is it not? Now, when I went to Lagos, I discovered that even the worst of the Naira notes that are so mutilated are used as a means of exchange. Everywhere. If you hold the old 200 and the new 200, even if it is torn, between you and I, we know it's a legal tender. It's a means of exchange. People just... So why the hula baloo about old and new Naira notes? People are talking about how the government can bring about policies that are not inhuman, that can put food on the table, and we are here still talking about Naira redesign, whether it is working or it is not working. Who redesigned the Naira note anyway? Where is Mr. Emefiele now? And people are saying he redesigned the Naira note without the knowledge of Mr. President back then. Now, where is our ex-president? Where is Emefiele today? And now our issue has become Naira note, the old
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Because we've been using both of them, like it has been stated. So this statement on Thursday. But then, Kenneth, let's bring you into this conversation.
Naira note and all that. Number one, let's really be sincere with ourselves that the introduction of this redesign was not out of a good intention. Yes, because it was really rushed, it was very erratic, it was they didn't even seek public knowledge about it when it was executed. And I don't.
All right, Kenneth mentioned something while we wait for his network to bring him back. Kenneth mentioned seeking public opinion. Okay, he's back.
No, yes, for people, that is why I said peace. No, when you want to design Naira, when you want to do these things, there are some kind of processes you should pass. You should feel the process of the people. You are doing it for the people. This is a government of the people, by the people, for the people. That's what we are practicing. So they didn't really follow the actual process to this redesigning of the whole Naira. We are comfortable using it. We didn't even know the reason why. Even when the new Naira notes came out, it was a mockery of the old one. Nigerians were saying, we prefer the old one to the new ones. But that is not what it is now. That's not what is facing now. What is actually facing is the consequences of this new Naira notes now. We will now have two bills. You will have the old 200 and the new 200 coexisting. It's confusion. It's confusion. If you are going to use one note, use it. If it is a new one, use it. If it is a new one. Why can the two be coexisting? That is one thing that we should clear out. Is really we are a country, and I think we have same people around. We have people that listen very well. We have people that want to see our children live in a country for a better tomorrow. So we shouldn't come and show them that we are confused, because it shows the total confusion in everything. Now, some people still mistake the 200 naira note for the old 10 naira bill.
Exactly.
Yes. So when such kind of things happen like this, we should be considerate enough to speak out, to say no. You should actually know what we are doing. You see, to actually know. And now, if you go to the banks, you not see dirty, stinking, wretched naira notes.
Are you referring to my currency like that?
Our currency.
Please be lenient. We're talking about our legal tender here.
Jackson, let's call a spade and not a
and yes, let's call a spade and call a currency a currency, please.
We all experience this thing. We are all in Nigeria. Go to the bank now, they give you old naira notes of 1902.
Wow. I thought they were using coins then. Go on.
So this naira notes, if you want to withdraw, let's say you want to withdraw 100,000, they will not give you 10 naira. Old naira notes that are stolen.
So that is what is happening now.
Yes, that is what is happening now currently. Go to some of these banks. They are bringing the old naira notes, and they will not give it to you. You will not see. You will not pack old naira notes of 10 naira for 100,000
into 100,000 naira. Kenneth, is this something you experienced? Is this something you experienced? Because it is very ridiculous.
Yes, I'm not talking. And if you go ahead into the public to ask them, listen to the opinion, they will still tell you what is happening. Now people have started bringing their old naira notes out because they don't want it to go into extinction, because of the fear that they are going to take it. They are bringing it immediately, giving out to the public. Now you now see the poor masses. When somebody goes to the bank, they will not give him or her that naira note, because the person doesn't have a choice, because of how the whole banking system is. Even to get your money now, to get your money because by the time you have spent sitting down and waiting for your money, even if they give you a third money, you just take it and go. Let you go and pay the next.
That's very sad. That's very sad.
Relax. So now, when they now give you this money, you think, okay, you want to go and make some expenses. You will now find out that some of these naira notes cannot even be accepted by the people. Give a contractor money now and tell you, my brother, you don't get another one, change it one day for me. That is what happens. By the time you know that money is left in your hands, by the time you check it, you see that the 100,000 naira notes that you have gotten from the bank, you have not even spent 5,000 from it, because you cannot spend it anymore. Except you have to return it to the bank and tell them, please change this money for me. And you know what?
All right, Kenneth. Talking about that's what you just mentioned is something that is happening. I'm making reference to when you said to get your money is a problem, because a lot of people have gone to the bank and they've complained of not being able to withdraw their funds, their own funds, their monies. They cannot withdraw it. But then you realize that these point of service people, these POS operators can get money. But even the POS operators are complaining that they have to buy the money when they get to the bank. But then I remember once when we had that back and forth, we had the bank operatives that were interviewed. They said that they have no idea about what these POS operators are talking about, buying money. So for Nigerians to get money now is a problem. How do we get past this? This is a huge issue. Before, you can just go into the bank and withdraw, and it's not the problem. You see people, big for sorry, Alfred. Let Kenneth, let Alfred just come in here.
I am a victim of this. Mine is not up to a week. I was supposed to send my mom $1 million. I went to Zenith Bank, and I was told that they couldn't give me over 5,000 naira over the counter, and that the rest of the monies should come through any other online platform. Do you know that? I started shouting in the bank, and I did not stop shouting until the manager came out. And by the time all the security heads, everybody came.
5,000 naira.
5,000 naira over the counter. So
even when we had scarcity of,
do you know that I started shouting?
The notes, they were giving out 20,000.
I am this type that we talk endlessly if I know that I am.
What was the reason you were giving?
The reason? There was no reason whatsoever.
They didn't give you any,
you
were too angry to listen.
No.
Okay.
And I told the manager, why should he said it is a new policy.
By who?
CBN.
That they shouldn't give out.
That is what the manager told me.
Okay.
That they are trying to encourage other platforms where money is. Now I also discovered that some people inside the banks own point of sales machines. Now, do you know that people don't even go to the bank anymore? If not for the fact that I was supposed to take, my mom is over 78 years. She's, I don't know the last time my mom went into the bank. I was supposed to give the money to her raw. Do you know that I spent over 40,000 naira in sending my mom in withdrawing $1 million naira from the point of sales
That's
merchants?
Very pathetic. Kenneth, you wanted to add to that quickly before we move on to our next story. Kenneth, we can no longer hear you. Can you hear me? We can no longer hear you. Check if you are muted. Yes, it's better now. Yes, please go on.
So what Alfred, the story Alfred just shared with us is so pathetic. And Alfred is not the only one in this. People spend a lot of money to get their money. It's not supposed to be so. This is our legal tender, right? This is our Naira note. It's not foreign. Do we import it? No. And why this whole thing about the Naira redesign and everything? I felt the reason they gave us was to caution inflation. Right? Yes. To make sure that these things and that and that and that. Okay, fine. Now, there should be money now. And is this issue of buying money, points of sale, this and that? What are the CBN doing about these things? You go to the bank, you cannot withdraw more than 10,000 if that bank is not your bank. Then they can even tell you that even no network, another thing is network. If you go to the bank for internet, we tell you no network.
This network issue is everywhere. What is going on in our banks with the network issue? You can sit for 2 hours just waiting for the network.
What I'm asking is, one day I had to ask the banker, what kind of network I use?
Because I have network in my phone.
Only in the bank do you have network issue. It's only in the bank.
Funnily enough, it's not even only in the bank. We have network issues in the bank and in some of these government offices. When they're supposed to send a file for you, they'll tell you for 2 weeks there was no network.